So here I am again, coming at you with a video. And the process that I do these videos is that I'll come up with an idea, and then I'll shoot some video or get some footage. I guess, if I'm in this business, got to use the jargon. So now later on, I'll find this footage and I'll think, it's a week later, a month later, a year later. I got some footage from over a year ago that I really need to do something with. Well, this time, it doesn't have anything to do with age or misspent youth. It's my process. It's my creative process. So this time it's only, 8 weeks. On my last birthday, I turned 62. The good birthdays are the ones that end in 0 or 5, right? So I needed a way to jazz it up. So for years, what I've done is I've gone to the websites of all of these, it's chain places do this, chain restaurants mostly, and you sign up and tell them your birthday, and then, usually a little before your birthday, you'll get an email saying, come and get this thing for your birthday. The metro area where we live has been growing since I started doing this, and so we have more and more of these chain places, just like a real city. Now, we don't have a cheesecake factory, but we do have the Last Hungry Hunter. So that's a thing. Of course, it doesn't matter. Neither of those places give you anything just for having a birthday. Let's look at the emails and then kind of go over some of these, in order of coolness. So let's start with the lamest ones. And the lamest ones, got a lot of them, are called BOGO. Buy one, get one. So it's your birthday, and they want to give you something, but mostly they just want you to come in the store and buy something, right? Now, these chain places, one of the smallest parts of their overhead is the actual food that they present for you. The thing about the buy one, get one is that it's especially depressing if you're single, which I am kind of most of the time. And so on your birthday, really, you get to be reminded that I don't have anybody to, buy a meal so that I can get a free meal or whatever. Let's start with the worst example of BOGO this time around is Cold Stone Creamery. Cold Stone, or is just called Cold Stone. Anyway, I collected this one last year and maybe the year before too because I like ice cream. The problem is you go in there and you got to buy one and then you get one, and it's just a lot of places like that. They offer a lot of flavors, but all I can generally taste is the sugar. Just to prove my example, Cold Stone did the thing where I got this coupon, and then the next week I got another coupon for a BOGO thing for ice cream day or something like that. So obviously not anything that special. Oh, the next one on our list, not quite as bad. They're kind of on the far end of town from where I live, so I didn't go. Plus it's a buffet, right? You have to have another person because they really frown on you just, bringing a garbage bag and loading it up with prime rib and then leaving. But, I don't know. It's not that bad of a place, I guess, if you like buffets. Okay, and then we have the next one. Now, I'm an old-fashioned guy, kind of got a thing for certain lady parts. And from what I understand, I've never been. They've been in town for a while. I've just never gone. Hooters, from what I've read, they have de-emphasized the mammillary pulpitude of their wait staff, which is right. Times have changed, and that sort of blatant sexism and stuff is just not cool anymore. Their BOGO thing was some ribs or chicken wings or a dessert, and so pass. I didn't go for that one. Next on our list is Marie Callender's. It just so happens when it was time. Now they're offering like a breakfast or a piece of pie, and they have a good pie there, right? And the breakfast there, not, a nice thing, but you have to buy something. It's a BOGO. Marie Callender's chose that week to file bankruptcy and close a bunch of their stores. The one on the end of town where I live got closed, even if I did want to go, right? And I drove by the other one. There's a bigger, fancier one in the middle of town, and I drove by there. It looked pretty deserted. I think they were supposed to be open on a weekend, so out of luck with that one. Maybe they gave away too much food and they went bankrupt. Poor Marie. Gonna have to settle for getting Marie out of the freezer section of the grocery store. Now, somewhat lamer than a BOGO is a coupon for your birthday. And so we have Wendys, a whole $1 off of Wendys. That makes me feel special. And then Sizzler, it's $5 off. But Sizzler never makes me feel special. So many times I've gone there and wanted to like Sizzler, but it's just not a good deal ever, really. I mean, some of the stuff tastes pretty good, and then they have this weird deal where you serve yourself, but you also have a server. So what do you tip them? I mean, they're kind of superfluous. And so it's just, I'd rather not go to Sizzler. Anyway, this is full disclosure. I'm diabetic. None of these offers from any of these places take that into consideration, right? Because salt, fat, and sugar sells even more than sex does. And that's kind of what all those places sell, some form of carbohydrates, which are the cheapest thing to produce. So, take the good with the bad. So what I did was, I just chose to just skip the ones that are, offer a cookie. BJ's offered a Pizookie Black Angus cookie with an entree. You have to buy an entree. Pizza Hut, pretty lame Pizza Hut. A handful, like a little wad of dough, some salt, sugar rather, and cinnamon. And that's their present, It's like, I feel so special. California Pizza Kitchen. It's a dessert, whatever. Another thing a lot of these places do is they insist that you use their app. Now, apps, I'm like an old tech guy from way back. I love gadgets and computers and all that sort of stuff. Apps, when I'm looking at you through a tablet. The thing is, the apps they're so limited, right? I'm used to a computer where you can mess with them and change the code if you have to, and you have all these options, whereas apps kind of get on my nerves. But they're very useful, and they're especially useful for retailers. If you have their app in your phone, it keeps them close to your wallet. And so I loaded a bunch of these up for this thing. And my phone is always coming up with these notices. There's a couple of them that it's not really that easy to tell it, no, don't notify me. So you end up having to delete them. Also, full disclosure, I'm kind of a post-industrialist in some ways. And one of the ways is that I don't like big companies. I don't like corporations. I don't like any of that stuff. If it was up to me, every food place that you go to would be owned by some local person with local people working there. All the money that you spend stays in this community. So they really take advantage. So actually, this whole birthday thing is kind of the only time of year I go to places like this. And so I particularly got presents from these people that I will not collect because I cannot stand them. Applebee's. Oh, the banality of food place. Chili's. I did try to eat at Chili's one time, and it was just so... it was all this sort of artificial presentation of... Anyway, didn't appeal to me. Logan's Roadhouse. Actually kind of a nice place, but, dessert. Macaroni Grill. Same as Chili's. Is it the same company? It seems like the same company. Famous Dave's, a dessert. Now, Famous Dave's has kind of dialed it back. Theirs was a BOGO, but it was kind of a cool one. You could order like one thing on the menu, and then you would get, like a bunch of ribs. So as much as it's a corporate kind of a place, food's pretty good there, On our list is a couple of honorable mentions because they're close to my heart. You may see in the clips we're going to show in a little bit me wearing an A&W shirt. My parents and I and my sister, we moved to Bakersfield because my parents bought an A&W. So I kind of grew up there, kind of learned my eating habits growing up in a fast food place, but A&W has a place in my heart, and it's a good deal. If there's no A&Ws in our community anymore. Closest one is like 50 miles away or something. A free root beer. You just show up and they give you a root beer. That's pretty cool. Another one that is no longer in town anymore is Bob's Big Boy, and they sent me a thing for a hot fudge cake, which is a thing. Now there was one in my neighborhood when I was going to high school. My high school friends and I would always go there and have their, well, it was soft serve ice cream, but they said it was a milkshake, and eat there and, pester the waitress, which, was usually one of our classmates. And so there's a lot of memories for me. Now that location is like a Mexican barbecue or something. I haven't been there yet. If I go, it might make me cry. I don't know. Also, maybe this is the dishonorable mention. C's Candy used to send me a little thing so I could get one of their suckers. Not this year. Arby's used to send me a thing for one of their milkshakes. Not this year. Wiener Schnitzel used to send me a thing for a chili dog. No chili dog this year. Now, the thing is, each of these places still has a thing on their website for, we'll give you something, a present on your birthday, but they just didn't send it to me. And I feel rejected. Starbucks. Now, past couple of years, I did collect the Starbucks one. It's one where they make you use the app. And they've kind of upped the app thing that you have to buy something there with the app during the year, a certain amount of things, and then you sort of earn the right to a free thing. Now, it's a corporate place, and I don't like corporate places, but just like everybody else, I guess, I end up there a few times a year in one of those white cups, and, I do go there. I do spend money there, but I just give them cash. I don't want to use the app just to buy a coffee. So they've kind of really lamified their birthday thing. We have come to the portion where we stop trashing the lame attempts to leverage your birthday as an advertising gimmick to the ones that leverage your birthday as an advertising gimmick, but in a nice way. But I didn't have time for these because there were so many of them, and you do have a time of a window. Some of them only give you a day or two or a week. Some of them give you a month. One, I think, was a year. But you kind of get on it, get it done. Coco's is a chain that is been in town for many years. I've just never been there, but look like a nice slice of pie. You show up, they give you pie. Jack in the Box gives you a taco. Now, Jack in the Box tacos, they give those away all the time, and they're cheap and they're horrible, but they're kind of the addictive kind of horrible. So, okay. But I didn't get the free one this year. IHOP, actually kind of cool, but everything they sell there is just simple carbohydrates that spike my blood sugar. Stack of pancakes. So they did a deal. So for my birthday, they sent me a thing for a stack of pancakes. And then for signing up on their website, they also sent me another thing for another stack of pancakes. This year, they sent me both of them again on my birthday and the anniversary of me signing up on their website. So 2 stacks of pancakes. I didn't collect them. Like I said, just too much sugar, but kind of cool. They're good. They're the good guys this time. Baskin-Robbins. Baskin Robbins scoop of ice cream. I just didn't get. It's a good one. You just show up, they give you a scoop. It's pretty cool. But I didn't do it. Firehouse Subs. Now there's a number of food related places in town that are called Firehouse. Now I guess one is called Firestone. So that one's a little different. But then there's a couple of these places that are sort of Dave and Buster's ripoff places called Firehouse. They're nice places, you know. You go there to have fun and drink beer and whatnot. But there's also a chain of sandwich places, sub places called Firehouse, and they offer a free sub. And I just didn't go this year. Next year, Firehouse. Black Bear Diner. Now, I did collect this one last year. It's like a full breakfast. And, you know, you can order a breakfast that's has a lot of protein and not so much carbs. And it's just a nice family-oriented breakfast place, I guess. Well, it's a bear-themed place. And it was nice. And so I just didn't do it this year. Baja Fresh, a burrito. It's a nice burrito. It's, nice for a chain place. Rubio's is actually a BOGO, but I just give them a slide because even though it's a chain place, it's pleasant and the food is really tasty, and I just didn't do it this year. Now, we are on to the main event. The ones I actually collected and got a little video. Panera. So they had one too, and theirs was actually pretty simple. It's just an app, though. You need to call it up on the app. And then we went to the drive-thru, and sorry we didn't catch that one. And it was just about the time for them to close. And so even though the email told me to go to the app, and I called up the app and put in my password and all that stuff, the guy on the drive-thru just wanted to know my phone number. And so he was able to process my free pastry that came in this bag just from my phone number, and it was a almond croissant, and my camera person here had just come back from Paris and knows what a good croissant is. That wasn't it. So I went to Sonic in the evening, my camera person and we showed up there, and I go to, Sonic has the thing where each of the little parking slots has its own menu board and ordering mechanism. Yeah, I got this app here thing that tells me I get a small shake for my birthday.
You have to order it on the app.
Oh. Okay. Okay, so I don't know if we got it before, but the person on the other end of the screen thing here was telling us that I have to use the app and order it on the app and pick it up here. Well, by the time she finished explaining that to me, it was 10 o'clock, and they don't take online orders after 10. So our other choice is to do the one that's actually on my side of town and order it here and pick it up there in a few minutes. There's like several in town. I could have another one, but then I'm taking time and gas and who knows what. So that didn't work out too well. Plus, close to closing time, that one in the downtown area, the homeless people start coming out, and it's kind of Night of the Living Dead sort of thing going on there, which, I'm not afraid of homeless people at all or anything, but it was time to leave. So what I did a few days later, I remembered, I'll order it with the app. I did order it with the app, and it was a good one. It was, a nice thick milkshake with real pieces of strawberry in it. Pretty good deal, but you got to know how to do it. And now I do. And on the list, Church's Chicken. Now, Pioneer Chicken was my favorite as far as that kind of takeaway chicken, but they're kind of gone. And Popeyes is okay. They've been in the news lately, something about sandwiches.
Hello, welcome to Church's Chicken. Hold on just a second. I'll be right with you, okay?
All right. Ciao. And so they do it right. They offer you either a leg or a tender of chicken, and of course I did it right too. I said, well, give me the free one, then give me a free leg, and then give me a tender that I'll pay for because you guys were so nice. And They were nice. It's good food they have at that place. Dickies. I was here a couple of days ago to turn this thing in, and they closed early on me. So I'm here today, and we'll see if they got to be open. The sun's still up, right? So it smells really nice. They give you a whole sandwich. And in preparation, like I said, I downloaded a bunch of apps onto my phone for these places. And that one, just for signing up with their app, they give you their famous yellow cup. And it's a good size cup. And it's like I guess it's like an endless free refills kind of a thing. So I got a sandwich and a big drink just for showing up. So that one was cool. Thank you, Dickies. The Habit is it's a smaller chain from what I gather, and they came to town a few years ago. But I gotta get my fix at the Habit Grill burger place because I get a burger at this one. So let's go inside and check it out. I went inside, sat down, and it's nice. And I bought a drink because, and that was nice. Thank you, Habit. Jersey Mike's. An entire sub, not just a piece of a sub, an entire sub and a drink, just for showing up and saying, hey, it's my birthday. So, yeah, Jersey Mike's, good thing. You got to sign up for that one. Sbarro, the sort of quasi-Italian thing that's in malls across the country. Well, they do this thing too. And they do kind of like IHOP, where they send you a coupon for a slice for your birthday and a coupon for a slice just for signing up on their website. So I went in twice, so I ended up buying 2 drinks. But I got to say, Sbarro, I got the triangle piece, which is like regular pizza, pretty good. Then I got what they call deep dish, and I don't know, I'm a crust guy, and the deep dish is it's like those biscuits you get in a tube, and it's just kind of doughy and fluffy, but no real texture or flavor to it. So definitely, Sbarro's is a good place. Good free stuff on your birthday. Just, I would skip the deep dish if it was me. No, it was me. We're getting down to the last 3. The last 3 in my real life trials here. These 3 have been the top 3 for years and years running. Number 3 is... Now here at Denny's, you just have to show them your ID that it's your birthday, and you get a stack of pancakes, I think it is. So this has been the standby. Now the first time I did this many years ago, it was a full meal, including drink and dessert. But they quit that nonsense. I have a niece that works there, but of course I never show up at that location when she's there, so... Anyway, sorry, dear. In the number 2 position. This is one of the best ones here. Pollo Loco is going to supposedly give me a 2-piece meal, and all I got to do is show them the app. So we'll just have to see. I mean, it's good food at this place, There again, not a lot of carbs. They give you actual protein. So yes, thumbs up on Pollo Loco. The winner, and still champion. The number 1, my favorite place to do this is Red Robin, which in our town, it's inside the mall. Now the next thing is the one I like even better, Red Robin. You go in there and they give you, not the very top level, but the next level down of any of their meals, hamburger meals. All this free stuff is got either flour or sugar. Now, I actually am paying for these, but they're going to bring my burger in a minute. But all this stuff that's on the free, I need extra insulin today, so avert your eyes. Oh man, this is so good. I got the one with teriyaki sauce and pineapple. Bottomless fries to go with the bottomless drink. Man, it was good, and the waitress was very friendly, and we had a really good time there. So I encourage you to do this too, and even if you only sign up for a couple and collect one, it's free stuff, and so that's always good. And I will try on the YouTube channel and on the blog page to put links to there are websites there's just hundreds of these links you can try. And, so wherever you live, there's going to be some of them. Anyway, thanks for coming by and giving us a look. I don't know if we'll do this again next year, and as a video vlogger, it is my duty to tell you to subscribe and use the affiliate links and to do all of that stuff. So do that stuff, and we'll talk to you next time.